Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about my weight loss. Okay, so I've had a weight loss journey in the past, and then, life, recipe testing, travel, birthdays, all of that. Little by little, I started gaining weight and literally did not even realize. I did not even realize I had gotten as big as I did, because a lot of my clothes that I wear is stretchy. So if you're like me, you know that can definitely cloud a little bit of weight gain, which it did for me a lot. When I got on that scale, I was like, no way. I'm trying to think if I have a picture of it, but for sure, like my trainer, she has it in her notebook, and I was 214 pounds. 214 pounds. And that's like, for me, that's still a lot. Obviously I'm tall, so I'm a heavier person. But I just couldn't believe I had gained that much weight. My normal weight that I had been for 15 years was 175. I got up to that weight and I was just like, we need to do something about it. So before we move on, I want to thank Element for sponsoring this part of the video. Element is an electrolyte supplement. I try to take it every day. It has the perfect ratio our body needs, which is 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, which is great for hydration, to get your electrolytes in, and also for hormonal regulation, which a lot of us don't think about. So if you want to try all 8 of their flavors, they do have a sample pack, which I will leave a link in the description below, or you can type in drinklmnt.com/low carb love. So either one of those will work, but I will make sure I leave the link in the description below, okay? Now, going back to, I would say about a year ago. So a year ago was probably when I got on that scale. I saw the number and I was like, no way. And people think I've done all kinds of weird things, and I'm like, no, I know exactly what to do to lose weight. It's just, I think some of us already know what we have to do, but we don't always want to do it, right? Or we just kind of lose track of life and we are just living in the moment, and then next thing you know, you've gained 20 pounds. So if you really don't know where to start and you're like, oh my God, Myra, I am so lost, like what can I do? I do have a meal plan. I have like an exact guide on what to do, when, like even intermittent fasting, how to break your fast. If you decide to go that route, that's definitely optional. But even what I had for breakfast, and like even the mentality behind things, what if you fall off track? I have all of that in a meal plan for you. So don't worry about that. I will leave that linked in the description below for you, okay? Now, even me, that knows exactly what I'm supposed to be eating, even having my weight loss journey and keeping the weight off for so many years, I was able to gain that much weight. So I know that it happens to people. Like if it's happened to you, do not feel discouraged. Like it is actually very easy to get back on track. It's just in here. You have to be ready for it. So I've already been gluten-free and dairy-free for a while. I went through a whole gut health journey. That's when I cut out the dairy and the gluten. So just so you know, if you have allergies, if you get super bloated after you eat, if you are experiencing like a lot of bloating and inflammation in your body, I'm just saying you might want to really just like consider like, okay, what am I eating every day? Like our food causes a lot of the issues that we have in our everyday life. Headaches, bloating, acne, dry patches, all of that comes from foods we eat, okay? Now, starting off with protein. I always focus on protein. A lot of times I do like to intermittent fast, but I've been doing it for a long time. So I usually break my fast at about 11, sometimes 12. But when I do actually eat my food, I make sure that I'm having protein. And that really helped me on this weight loss journey. It really, really helped. I would have ground beef. So I just get some grass-fed ground beef from my local Costco. I'd cook it. I'd put a little bit of like Swiss cheese or like Parm or like whatever cheese, that I was in the mood for that day. When I'm breaking my fast, I know I'm gonna eat and I know I'm gonna have protein. But depending on what my day is gonna look like is what I'm gonna start my day off with. I never ever stop eating when if I'm still hungry. Like that's just never gonna happen, because the only thing that's gonna lead to is me snacking all day long. So I cannot do that. but it just depends on how full I want to get. Like if I know I'm going to go do something, I'm going to be running errands, and I'm like, I don't want to be snacking, and then like, you know what I mean? So then I make sure that I'm full and I'm like really satisfied, but not like stuffed, just like nice and full, and I'm like good, and I know I had enough protein, I had healthy fats. My body is going to be kind of burning that off throughout the day for the next few hours. And so I really think and truly believe that my body responded so well to that. I am back. I'm pretty much back to, I would say, about 175. And I feel amazing. Guys, I eat really good meals. I do my cafecito. If I feel like having a protein shake throughout the day, I make one. I just make sure that all my stuff is clean. And once in a while, don't get me wrong, I go out, I'll have I order my salad, and then I still have some fries. Like if Nati gets them, or if they're on the table, I do have a few, but it's very different than ordering an order for myself. So these are like changes that I've made. And then dinner, I'm doing protein, I'm doing salmon, I'm doing steak, shrimp, whatever protein I want. And then I'm having veggies. I love salads. I'm just naturally I'm a big salad girl. I do have sweet potato. I do have, I'm not a big fan of regular potatoes. Like I'm just not a big fan unless they're French fries and they have to be extra crispy. But I do love like squash. I love Brussels sprouts. I love things like that. And so I still have them when I'm making them here at home. I even beets. Like people are like, oh my God, it has so much sugar. Yes, but they're natural. These are non-processed foods. The closer you can get to like single ingredient foods, the better. And another thing, like for snacking, okay, snacking is a big thing. So I always try to go for like a snack that is high protein, even like almonds. I try to, if I am snacking on something, I just try to make it like, again, single ingredient or like a whole food or something that is minimally processed or really high quality, like if it's beef jerky or something like that. And then for dessert, what I've been having recently, I make my own stuff. So I make these little Reese's candies, basically just like chocolate with the peanut butter in the middle and stuff, and I leave them in my freezer. So I have about 3 different desserts, like literally right now, that are in my freezer. And then sometimes if I'm not in the mood for chocolatey, then what I do is I grab some yogurt. It's an A2 organic yogurt, which doesn't mess up my stomach. It is obviously dairy, but I think because it's such high quality, it doesn't mess up my stomach. So I do that with some berries and a little bit of honey. And guys, I mean, I've definitely transitioned more into like low carb, which I did that last year, but then I was kind of going back and forth. And I really think like my body has responded so well to this. It's literally been such a game changer. It's what I did to lose my weight. It's what Nati's my daughter. She's 14 years old. She did the same thing. She has almost lost 40 pounds doing this. Is that not crazy? Like no starving, no like going on these crazy fat diets. It's literally eating whole foods. So anyway, I just wanted to, I wanted to come on here because, I don't always like sit and have like long conversations. Like even on my stories, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I do go on stories a lot, and I talk, and I'll just kind of like go on there, hop in, say good morning, and kind of like bring people on throughout my day. But even then, I don't have these types of conversations where you just can like really see like what is in my brain, you know what I mean? Like how am I processing this? Like how did I do it? And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on there and share with them, because I feel like sometimes we get really disappointed, right? Even with me, when I saw that number on the scale, I was like, Myra, you have got to be kidding me. Like this is unacceptable. Like how is this, like, you know what I mean? Like what's going on here? And so I do think that switching back into like whole foods, going back to basics is what I always say. I'm going back to basics. I'm going to go back to the eggs and the meat and the single ingredient foods. I really think it also helps heal the gut. Food is so healing. It could either be healing or it could make you feel like crap and get you sick. One of the things that I was just telling a girlfriend of mine, and I was like, just think about this. If you just think about this for 1 second, people that suffer from like epilepsy, you can actually heal it or put it into remission just by going keto or carnivore. Like if you think about that, that means eliminating all carbohydrates or the majority of them. by eliminating those foods, you're able to control these like seizures or, you know, these attacks. So when you really stop and really process that, it just shows you like how powerful food is. So not only in this case, if you are trying to, you know, drop a little bit of weight, you're on a weight loss journey, or maybe just really trying to become the healthiest version of yourself, then this is something to consider. It really is something to consider because it's not really like a diet. You're really just switching back to like what people originally ate before all this processed junk was created. So anyway, guys, if you have questions, I am more than happy to answer them. If you are struggling with something, like if you are like, Myra, I have tried everything, you know, I mean, give me a little background so I know like where, you know, where you're coming from. If you've had a weight loss journey, like share that with me. I'd love to know, like, you know, if you have questions or maybe you just want to share your story, I love to go into the comments and really just like, it's my way of connecting with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go show me some love. Make sure you hit that like button and please share this video. If you have like friends and family that you think they could relate to this, or, you know, I have all my recipes, please share because you never know. They could be really helpful to them. But thank you so much for being here. I love you and I will see you on my next video. Mwah.